Chapter 12 of Literary Taste, How to Form It, by Arnold Bennett. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Timothy Ferguson. Literary Taste, How to Form It, by Arnold Bennett. Chapter 12. An English Library, Period 2. After dealing with the formation of a library of authors up to John Dryden, I must logically arrange next a scheme for the period covered roughly by the 18th century. There is, however, no reason why the student in quest of a library should follow the chronological order. Indeed, I should advise him to attack the 19th century before the 18th, for the reason that, unless his taste happens to be peculiarly Augustan, he will obtain a more immediate satisfaction and profit from his acquisitions in the 19th century than in the 18th. There is in 18th century literature a considerable proportion of what I may term an attractive excellence, which one must have for the purposes of completeness, but which may await actual perusal until more pressing and more human books have been read. I have particularly in mind the philosophical authors of the century. Prose writers: John Locke, Philosophical Works, Bond's edition, 2 volumes, 7s. Sir Isaac Newton, Principia, sections 1, 2, and 3, Macmillan's, 12s. Gilbert Burnet, History of His Own Time, Everyman's Library, 1s. William Wycherley, Best Plays, Mermaid Series, 2s. 6d. William Congreve, Best Plays, Mermaid Series, 2s. 6d. Jonathan Swift, Tale of a Tub, Scott Library, 1s. Jonathan Swift, Gulliver's Travels, Temple Classics, 1s. 6d. Daniel Defoe, Journal of the Plague Year, Everyman's Library, 1s. Joseph Addison, Sir Richard Steele, Essays, Scott Library, 1s. William Law, Serious Call, Everyman's Library, 1s. Lady Mary W. Montagu, Letters, Everyman's Library, 1s. George Berkeley, Principles of Human Knowledge, New Universal Library, 1s. Samuel Richardson, Clarissa, abridged, Routledge's edition, 2s. John Wesley, Journal, Everyman's Library, 4 volumes, 4s. Henry Fielding, Tom Jones, Routledge's edition, 2s. Henry Fielding, Amelia, Routledge's edition, 2s. Henry Fielding, Joseph Andrews, Routledge's edition, 2s. David Hume, Essays, World's Classics, 1s. Lawrence Sterne, Tristram Shandy, World's Classics, 1s. Lawrence Sterne, Sentimental Journey, New Universal Library, 1s. Horace Walpole, Castle of Otranto, King's Classics, 1s. 6d. Tobias Smollett, Humphrey Clinker, Routledge's edition, 2s. Thomas Smollett, Travels Through France and Italy, World's Classics, 1s. Adam Smith, Wealth of Nations, World's Classics, 2 volumes, 2s. Samuel Johnson, Lives of the Poets, World's Classics, 2 volumes, 2s. Samuel Johnson, Rasselas, New Universal Library, 1s. James Boswell, Life of Johnson, Everyman's Library, 2 volumes, 2s. Oliver Goldsmith, Works, Globe edition, 3s. 6d. Henry Mackenzie, The Man of Feeling, Cassell's National Library, 6d. Sir Joshua Reynolds, Discourses on Art, Scott Library, 1s. Edmund Burke, Reflections on the French Revolution, Scott Library, 1s. Edmund Burke, Thoughts on the Present Discontents, New Universal Library, 1s. Edward Gibbon, Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, World's Classics, 7 volumes, 7s. Thomas Paine, Rights of Man, Watts & Co.'s edition, 1s. Richard Brinsley Sheridan, Plays, World's Classics, 1s. Fanny Burney, Evelina, Everyman's Library, 1 shilling. Gilbert White, Natural History of Selborne, Everyman's Library, 1 shilling. Arthur Young, Travels in France, York Library, 2 shillings. Mungo Park, Travels, Everyman's Library, 1 shilling. Jeremy Bentham, Introduction to the Principles of Morals, Clarendon Press, 6 shillings and sixpence. Thomas Robert Malthus, Essay on the Principle of Population, Ward Locke's edition, 3 shillings. William Godwin, Caleb Williams, Nunes edition, 1 shilling. Maria Edgeworth, Helen, Macmillan's Illustrated edition, 2 shillings and sixpence. Jane Austen, Novels, Nelson's New Century Library, 2 volumes, 4 shillings. James Morier, Haji Baba, Macmillan's Illustrated Novels, 2 shillings and sixpence. Total £5, 1 shilling. The principal omissions here are Jeremy Collier, whose outcry against the immorality of the stage is his slender title to remembrance; Richard Bentley, whose scholarship principally died with him, and whose chief works are no longer current; and Junius, who would have been deservedly forgotten long ago, had there been a contemporaneous Sherlock Holmes to ferret out his identity. Poets: Thomas Otway, Venice Preserved, Temple Dramatists, 1 shilling. Matthew Prior, Poems on Several Occasions, Cambridge English Classics, 4 shillings and sixpence. John Gay, Poems, Muses Library, 2 volumes, 2 shillings. Alexander Pope, Works, Globe edition, 3 shillings. Isaac Watts, Hymns, any hymn book, 1 shilling. James Thomson, The Seasons, Muses Library, 1 shilling. Charles Wesley, Hymns, any hymn book, 1 shilling. Thomas Gray, Samuel Johnson, William Collins, Poems, Muses Library, 1 shilling. James Macpherson, Ossian, Poems, Cambridge Poets, 1 shilling. Thomas Chatterton, Poems, Muses Library, 2 volumes, 2 shillings. William Cowper, Poems, Canterbury Poets, 1 shilling. William Cowper, Letters, World's Classics, 1 shilling. George Crabbe, Poems, Methuen Little Library, 1 shilling and sixpence. William Blake, Poems, Muses Library, 1 shilling. William Lyse Bowles, Hartley Coleridge, Poems, Canterbury Poets, 1 shilling. Robert Burns, Works, Globe edition, 3 shillings and sixpence. Total £1, 7 shillings. Summary of the period: 39 prose writers in 60 volumes costing £5, 1 shilling. 18 poets in 18 volumes costing £1, 7 shillings. Total 57 writers in 78 volumes costing £6, 8 shillings. End of chapter 12. Recording by Timothy Ferguson, Gold Coast, Australia.